Hello everyone, welcome once again. My name is Lanry, your trusted source for concrete IELTS tips and strategies that will definitely lead to success. Today we're going to be doing a video that actually responds directly to the feedback we get from you guys. One of the key things that we see when people interact with us on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, on our Instagram page, on our Twitter handle is, how do I write an actual IELTS essay? Mr. Lanry, you've shared the structure for writing the IELTS essay, but can we see it applied to an actual question? That is what we're going to be treating today. This video is specifically devoted to applying the IELTS structure to an IELTS question. What we are doing in essence is to take the structure that we've taught and we've shared here and that we've analyzed here and apply it to an actual question in the IELTS essay, in the IELTS test, to see how this structure can be used. Before we begin, there are a couple of caveats that I'd like to just lay out there. The first is this. This is not the only way to write the IELTS essay. There are a lot of ways to write it. So why is our way better? We recommend it because it allows you to tick all the boxes that the examiner would want to see when they are using the assessment criteria given to them by the people who set the IELTS questions. The second thing the second reason why we're recommending this strategy or this structure is also that it allows you to write the essay question on time. And finally, it works. What is the structure? The IELTS essay has three basic paragraphs. The introduction paragraph, the body paragraph, and the conclusion paragraph. Now, the only part of the IELTS essay that increases or reduces is the body paragraph. You're always going to have just one introduction paragraph, one conclusion paragraph, but your body paragraph could either be 2 paragraphs or could be 1 paragraph or could be 3 paragraphs depending on what the question type entails. Ideally, the ideal IELTS essay has a 4-paragraph structure: an introduction, 1 paragraph to discuss one point, another paragraph to discuss another point, and then a conclusion, a 4-paragraph essay. Our question for today says, nowadays, a lot of people are interested in, an increasing number of individuals are interested in finding out about the history of the house or building they live in. What are the reasons for this, and how can this be done? The question is a direct question essay title. It will pop up on the screen, so you'll be able to follow it. No need for me to repeat it over and over again. The question, once again, it says, an increasing number of people are becoming interested in the history of the house or the building they live in. What are the reasons for this? That's the first question. And how can this be done? So, what we're going to do first is to brainstorm on this question. And in brainstorming on this question, we came up with 2 points. We said the reasons why people are interested in finding out about the history of the house or building they live in is because of security purposes and to find out to confirm the structural safety of those houses. Those are the 2 reasons. Then, how can they do this? How can they get this information? We say they can do that through asking their neighbors. So we have the points that we're going to use in this essay already. We have finished brainstorming on this essay. The structure that we share here in the IELTS multi-step program goes thus. In the introduction paragraph, you have 4 elements. 4 elements in the introduction paragraph. These elements include the hook, the part where you rephrase the question, the part where you provide your thesis plus reasons, and finally, the part where you give us your structure or outline statement. Your hook is simply a statement that tells the examiner that introduces the topic of discussion to the examiner. The part where you rephrase the question is where you take the question, the sentence that gives the question in the essay, and rephrase it either by using synonyms or saying it in your own words. The next step after that is to give what we call your thesis, which is basically just your stand or your opinion with the reasons that back up that stand. And finally, you give us a sentence that tells us how the structure or how the outline of the essay would look like. And this is what we have for that introductory paragraph. Hook. A house is a place or a space where human beings reside. A house is a space where a human being resides. That's our hook. Rephrasing the question. In many nations around the world, An increasing number of people are developing interest in researching the history of their accommodations. If you look at that sentence, there's a deliberate attempt to change the keywords there by replacing them with synonyms. Third sentence in our introduction, which is our thesis plus the reasons. In my own opinion, people usually want to do this research because of security reasons and to confirm the structural safety of the houses, and this can be done through interactions with their neighbors. Final sentence in our introduction, which is the structure or the outline statement. In this essay, I will discuss these points with examples to buttress them. There you have it. A solid introduction that not only gives us a hook into the question, it rephrases the question, gives us our thesis plus all the main reasons, all the main points that we're going to be discussing in the essay, and finally wraps up with a statement that tells us how the information will be presented, which is what our structure or outline statement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the application of the proposed IELTS structure to an actual IELTS question. What we have done is to apply the structure step by step to an introduction for the question that we gave at the beginning of this video. So let's move into the body paragraph. The first body paragraph will be discussing what are the reasons why people want to do this research. Our first body paragraph is basically devoted to that. Our body paragraph has 4 elements, just like our introductory paragraph. The 4 elements include a topic sentence, where you state what the main point of the paragraph is, a part where you define and explain, that's the next sentence that follows. That sentence gives either a definition or an explanation of your point. After that, you move to the part where you give supporting details. What are supporting details? These are the examples that you are given, These are the examples that you are given in your essay to back up your point. And then finally, you end with what we call a tie back, which is simply a statement that wraps up everything that you said in that paragraph and connects it to the point you made at the beginning of the paragraph. So let's see how to apply this structure for the body paragraph to the essay that we're writing. Remember, the paragraph that we'll be discussing now is the paragraph that answers the question, what are the reasons or why do people want to make this research? First sentence or topic sentence. To begin with, the main reasons why people conduct this type of research is for security reasons and to confirm structural safety. Definition or explanation. This simply means that most residents are concerned about the security challenges their new homes may have, and they also carry out findings about these houses to know if the physical structures are safe for human habitation. Supporting detail. The supporting detail does not have to be true, just like I've said in previous videos. So, what's a supporting detail for that point? According to a research carried out by Dr. Obayomi of the Building Institute, New York, she claimed that out of 1,000 people who used the website to research the history of their houses, 972 of them were only interested in how safe or secure the houses were. A tie back. This emphasizes the main reasons why many conduct this type of research. What you have there is a body paragraph that completely deals with just one aspect of the question and has given not just the points, also explained it, given an example to support it, and then wraps it up with a tie back. Our second body paragraph will follow the same model. This body paragraph is the one where we answer the question, how can people conduct this research, or how can people get this information? I'll read that out, and that goes smoothly as follows. To conduct this research, residents can consult their neighbors or housing agents for information. This simply means that they talk to those who live or lived in those places or interview the housing agents who operate in the vicinity. Full stop. These set of people usually have access to correct information about the locations of interest. For instance, I remember confirming the security situation in my former apartment through a long chat with a 97-year-old man who lived opposite the house. This underlines the efficacy of getting information through this medium. A full paragraph that answers the question, how can people research this? And that paragraph also follows the same model as the first body paragraph, where we first of all gave the point in the topic sentence. After that, we explained the point that was given in the topic sentence. Following that, we gave supporting details or examples to back up what we've said, and then we wrapped it all up with a tie back. Our concluding paragraph is the least important paragraph in your IELTS essay. It doesn't say anything really important, nor does it say anything new. It just tidies up everything that you've been saying before. Your concluding paragraph has 3 elements. First of all, you state what the essay has been talking about in 1 sentence or 2. Next, after that, you restate or rephrase your thesis plus the reasons. What you did in your introduction, restate or rephrase it. And then finally, end with either a prediction, a rhetorical question, or a recommendation. To apply that to this question, here is what we would have. To wrap it up, this essay has examined the reasons people conduct research into the history of their residences and the ways they can access that information. That simply tells us what the essay has been talking about. Next sentence, to rephrase or restate our thesis. For me, I believe people want to know these things because of security and safety, and they can do this by talking to their neighbors. Final sentence, which is a recommendation. I strongly recommend that everyone establishes good rapport with their neighbors to have easy access to this information. And that fully wraps up our essay. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have is an essay that would fall between a band 7 to a band 8. That essay has been specifically chosen, or this essay that we've written, specifically chosen to give you an idea of the average performance that you can get, or the above average performance that you can get using our structure. We refrain from giving you a band 9 essay because for a lot of us, that would be a challenge and that would be a concern. So we want to give you a realistic target. Looking at this essay given to you, the words there are quite accessible. There's no extraordinary or advanced vocabulary used. The language there is quite easy, is quite understandable. The ideas have been arranged in a logical order, in logical format. All the key things, the assessment criteria the examiner would need to see have been clearly ticked. Use this essay as a model for yourself when you are practicing how to deploy this structure. However, when you are practicing, give yourself room to grow. You are not going to write just one essay using this structure and become perfect. You're probably going to need to write more than 1, twice, thrice before you get it well. Whatever amount of time you need to use this structure before you get it perfect, please be honest with yourself, be true to yourself, and please apply it justly and accordingly. Then after you feel that you've gotten the hang of the structure, start timing yourself the next time you want to write. I wish you all the best and I wish you success in the IELTS. And I want to remind you once again to please subscribe to our channel because there's a lot for you here.